Okay. Is it? I'm looking over and it's like, it seems like it's already freezing. I actually deleted some stuff off of my computer since the last stream to make it better. But apparently it didn't do what I wanted it to. Does it, how is this? You think it's okay, Dr. Browntax? Are you the only one here still? Smooth so far? Okay. My connection says excellent. Okay. Well then, hello and welcome to a baking stream. I'm usually doing music, but I also love baking. So here we are. We're going to make black bottom cupcakes. Peanut butter, chocolate, or chocolate peanut butter, black bottom cupcakes. And I'm pretty excited. I wish it was something that I could ship to you, but it's not really. I think that if I tried, it would be a huge mess when it arrived. Or I'd have to get some like really special packaging that I don't have. So, hola Paco, ¿cómo estás? Okay. I say we get going before it starts freezing again or before anything weird happens. So I'm going to wash my hands again. And then we're ready to get started. I'll be right here at the sink washing my hands. Like people should. You know, I also have had these cupcakes. I visited my friend when she was living in Santa Barbara, and there was a bakery there that had these, and they called them farm cakes, which I thought was interesting. But they were just as delicious with the different name. Okay, so we're going to beat together. We've got our handy dandy hand mixer. We're going to beat together cream cheese that's been sitting out to soften for a while, 1 egg, a 1/3 cup of sugar, and 2/3 cup of peanut butter. And then we're going to throw some chocolate chips and some peanut butter chips in there and stir it all up. I'm really excited about this. This is so good. Okay, we're going to start with the cream cheese. I don't know about you, but I love cream cheese. Paco is pointing out that No Control did a drum video that he posted on the Survival Guide Discord, which I saw that too, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I really want to. He did a drum stream. I haven't been able to check out your stream yet either, No Control. If people follow No Control, then you can, what's your stream schedule? Let us know what your stream schedule is, and then we can follow you and go check it out. But anyway, he did a stream, I believe, and played Down on a Funeral Day, which is a Tsunami Bomb song, which is the band that I used to be in. And the song, in honor of the song passing 1 million plays on Spotify, which is just insane to me. That's so crazy. Actually, I'm just gonna set this aside. I don't want to get in the trash right now. Hi, Sam. Samothy is here. So was that a Twitch stream? No control? Oh, you haven't streamed in months. Okay, so it was a video. It was a video that you posted on Discord. So everyone should make sure to go over to the Discord and check that out. All right, so tell me how loud this is for you. We're gonna cream this till it's nice and whipped. And we're going to throw an egg in there. Lurking from working, only got an hour and a half-ish left. Oh, that's awesome, Sam. Oh, No Control said, I didn't read the second part. I haven't streamed in months, had to return that laptop, and never got another. Bummer. On mobile, you heard the start, then Blender got quiet. No Control, I like to use the hand mixer if I don't need... I feel like this is a small batch, I guess. Like maybe if this was a double batch, I would use the stand mixer. But when it's just a small amount, it's definitely not only more efficient, but more effective, I think, to use the hand mixer, because my stand mixer is not the best and it doesn't fully get everything that's at the bottom. I always have to like kind of mix it some more if it's just a small amount. Here comes one egg into this. Now I gotta wash my hands again. Oh no, there's a fly in here. I am not a fan of that. If you see the fly land on the food, shoo it away for me. The mixer's nice and quiet. It's so crazy how well the fly just like ran into me. Must be a little too cold for him. He's not sure what's happening. Okay. I'm realizing I need a scraper and a little plate to put said scraper on. Gonna mix this a little bit before putting in the next thing. Okay. Gonna open up this peanut butter. One thing about peanut butter. I am a natural peanut butter kind of person. Just give me peanuts and salt. That's all I want in my peanut butter. But that kind of peanut butter is not the best for baking. It can get all separated when you after baking. I have made these with natural peanut butter before, and they can kind of like accumulate a little puddle of oil in the cheesecake part. Just not very appealing. No Control said, arms feeling better since your workout? I worked out again today. It's more my shoulders than anything. Because I don't do a lot of that kind of motion until now. This kind. Oh, my shoulder just popped. I need to stretch it, I think. Sam has an idea. We should have a treat emote, maybe even the cookie that's shaped like a heart. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea, Sam. I haven't designed it yet or anything, but I am gonna do also Chronicler's idea of a cupcake with a skull top cupcake, but I do like the heart cookie idea too. That's great. Okay, I need a spoon for this peanut butter. This peanut butter actually has a little bit of oil on top, which is weird because it's the kind of unnatural type. I often keep a small thing of, this type of peanut butter in the cupboard for baking purposes because it just sometimes is what is needed in a recipe. So if you're going to make this recipe after I post it, I recommend the unnatural peanut butter. Oh no, baking robot voice activated? Why? Why is it a thing? Okay, we're doing 2/3 a cup of peanut butter. Sam's Club has a nice peanut butter that's like a mix between natural and Jif. Oh, interesting. I have never been to Sam's. We talked about this last time, I feel like, right? Sam's and Costco, and I can't remember what the other one was that I had never heard of. I forgot the name of it. I wonder how that would work in a recipe, no control. I still probably would not prefer to eat it on toast or whatever. However, I eat peanut butter, which is often just off of a spoon. So I went to check out, I never use the Jif. There's actually a jar of Jif over here on this counter. Because I went to get it out and it went bad. I didn't make enough peanut butter baked goods before it went bad, and it was a small jar like this one, which makes me feel like I failed. Like I kind of can't believe a jar of peanut butter went bad in my house. It just seems so wrong. BJ's. Yes, that's it. And we have BJ's, the restaurant, but not the warehouse store. Now I can't remember what that type of store is called. Sam said, I saw a YouTube video about peanut butter bread. They said the same, not the natural kind. Yeah. Because it separates during baking, and it can leave you with like puddles of oil. So I've made these before with natural peanut butter, and it leaves like a little oil puddle. I'm gonna eat this peanut butter off my finger and wash my hands again. I can't not do that. All right. Now washing my hands again. Sam said, I didn't think peanut butter went bad. I thought it just went empty. Usually that's the case, but it's like this peanut butter. It wasn't horrible, but I could tell it was like old. It had a very unfresh peanut butter taste, like the oil is going bad in it or something, which I just did not want that in cupcakes. If I'm gonna make the effort to make cupcakes, I want them to be as delicious as they can be. I want also this miniature scraper for this peanut butter deliciousness. Hi, Dillinger Nick. How's your Sunday? Oh, you're lurking. Okay. Well, good to see you. Lurk away. Packing. 'Cause you're about to move? That's so exciting. I think. That's probably 'cause I'm not the one packing. I hate packing. I kind of like moving. Packing part, not so much. Is the stream choppy again? I already restarted the computer, so I probably won't do that again unless it becomes completely unbearable for you, for all of you. My computer is certainly my computer is grumpy. No Control said, I bet peanut butter was important in your van touring days, huh? Cheap and filling. Yes, for sure. And then he said, I saw a Hot Water Music interview where they said they live on bread and peanut butter. Yeah. It was definitely on our rider. We requested peanut butter often from venues and bread. And if they didn't give it to us, we would buy it. And I also remember being on the Hot Water Music tour bus one time, and Chuck was making peanut butter. They had a panini press on their tour bus, which was super smart. And he was making peanut butter and apple slices sandwiches in the panini press. And it was delicious. 5-minute hiccup. Oh, you mean the robot voice? Oh, wait, the audio's fine? Okay. Sam said, I'm in a concrete building, so I got nothing when it comes to how does it look. Using the mixer again. What if it's my electricity? What if it's been the electricity the whole time? Now I'm really whipping it up. We still need a 1/3 cup of sugar. Whoop. The beaters were getting too heavy to stand up. Cassie O does need to chill. No Control said, I've been obsessed with rice cake, peanut butter, banana, honey sandwiches lately. That sounds so good. The blender is stealing too much internet. Correct. I don't think it's the internet. I think it's my CPU, because when I'm looking at Twitch, it says live, excellent. It says my connection is excellent. My bit rate looks good. And then when I look at my OBS, I can see that it's like going into the red. The CPU is it's being 20, like you would think 27, 28% isn't that bad. Like, shouldn't my computer be able to use 28% of its processing power and still be okay? Have we thought of a ghost keyboard type emote for Casio? I have thought about that, but I didn't make it yet. Sam, would you put the, I know you didn't mention this, but the cupcake skull emote, the heart cookie emote, and the Casio ghost keyboard emote would you just put those ideas into the mod section of Discord, if you don't mind? If you have a minute. If not, that's fine too. Okay, mixing in the sugar. 1/3 of a cup. I'm going to scrape it down here, since it's all over the sides. Oh. Dillinger Nick said, I got a new work laptop and it sucks compared to my old one. That does suck. No Control said, would it be possible to have a stream where we watch you make an emote? I'm interested to see how that works. It is possible, especially now that I have the other computer. I plan on getting that set up this week. And maybe we could do that. That would be fun, to do an art stream, an emote art stream. Okay, I'm going to give this one more good blend, or mix, I guess I should say. And then I'm going to stir in the chips. I'm going to scrape. Ooh, there went the fly. It didn't land on the food, but it tried to go into my eyeball. Dillinger Nick said, I'm going to buy a personal one soon so that my computer isn't on a struggle bus anymore when I edit video. That's a good idea. Oh, yeah, editing video. And then I scrape these beaters with my finger. Robot voice, I hear. I won't say anything too important. You picture me just drawing it on Microsoft Paint? The Jeeps. I know, it is crazy, Dillinger Nick, how the noise suppression. I have the mic set with some noise suppression, and it's apparently works pretty well, you say. Does the ghost want one of these? Is the ghost here still? Hello? Ghost? I guess the ghost doesn't want. Jimmy? The fly wants it. Jimmy does not. I don't know where Jimmy's not paying attention at all. Okay. Second beater. Mmm. Yum, yum, yum. Bustin', 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 bustin'. Feel good. Jimmy the leprechaun ghost returned to his tree. I know. Poor timing. Because he could have had a peanut butter cheesecake. Beater. Jimmy, the ghost? Ghost? Do you want to, is Jimmy here? You want a cheesecake, peanut butter cheesecake beater? Maybe you were over here before, right? Jimmy arrived. Okay. Hand washing time. I can see how badly it's freezing. I am so sorry. I'm sorry that this is what I'm providing you with today. But I don't think I can do any better right now. I'm going to set this mixer aside. I need a spoon. I've got my one trusty wooden stir spoon that I like to use. And, okay, so we need 3/4 cups of chocolate chips and a 1/2 cup of peanut butter chips. Try turning off your monitor video to see if that helps. You mean on, I don't know how to do that. Let me know if you want me to check anything for you. Oh, are you taking off, Ruben? Bye. Goodness, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you for a minute. And have a great rest of your day. Yeah, Dillinger Nick, please describe to me what you're thinking I should try, because I will. I don't need to monitor the video, really. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, so we're starting with miniature. This is what I had in the freezer. I often have a variety of half-used bags of various chips because of recipes like this, where you don't use the entire bag. It's kind of annoying, but it also means you always have access to some sort of chip in case of emergency. You check your phone when you stream sometimes. Not sure what you mean. Hi, MXPX. Yeah, I'm making cupcakes today. It's a once a month sort of occurrence to do a baking stream. Hi, Leo. It is handy for the occasional sweet craving. Just to verify things aren't effed. I'm always paranoid about having 2 streams of... Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, like the internet is... Like you're using up too much internet, you mean? By checking your own stream? Yeah, I get it. But, I mean, yeah, the connection says excellent, so... It shouldn't be that. I don't know. Okay, there we go. 3/4 cup of 2 different sizes of chocolate chips. And now we open... Probably my favorite part. Hi Nodari. Welcome to the chat. No, I don't normally wear my hair like this. This is for baking. Okay, Dillinger Nick. I'm gonna do my thing. It's gonna be choppy, but have a good lurk. Okay. So yeah, I just have a bleach streak in my hair, and it looks more extreme when I have my hair up like this. Okay. I'm not gonna let those chips explode all over the kitchen. I'm gonna use some kitchen shears to be more safe. And then we need a 1/2 cup. Thank you, No Control. Oh, BMO is underneath the stuff, but thank you so much for that tip. That is very kind of you. I'm going to put, usually anytime I'm using chips, just, you know, I just might make it a little bit more heaping. MXPX said, I love sweets and desserts. Just this afternoon, donuts with white chocolate. Yeah, you posted the tiramisu in Discord, right? That looked so delicious. Dillinger Nick sent No Control a warm chocolate chip cookie. That's fantastic. Thank you for doing that. Oh man, so this is our filling. This is our cheesecake filling. I know on camera, I should try next time to see if I can adjust the color. 'Cause it looks so unappealing, I feel like. It looks so blue. Okay, that's that. Yes, I'm gonna set this aside because now it's time to do the cake part. Just gonna set that there. For the cake part, I'm gonna use a whisk. I'm gonna put these chips over here. Got a bunch of trash laying around. Okay. That was, oh yeah, that was tiramisu from Italy, but it was great. Yeah, I love tiramisu. All right. We're going to need this, the cupcake part has, oh yeah, Leo said your hair reminds me of Rogue from X-Men movies. Yes, that makes sense too. If I were Cruella, it would be half and half, right? Or, no, I guess that's Sia. So the cupcake part has wet ingredients and dry ingredients, as most baking recipes do. So I'm going to start with the wet ingredients. Water, vegetable oil, cider vinegar, and vanilla. This is the cupcake recipe that if it didn't have the cheesecake part, the cake part is vegan. There are no eggs in it or butter or milk. And it makes a really soft, chocolatey cake. Oh, I love that MXPX. MXPX is in Italy and said, when I go to restaurants, I will share with you all of our fantastic desserts. That is, I love that. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, take photos and post them in Discord for us. All right, so we need 1 cup of water. 1 cup. Una taza de agua. Cannoli. I need the teaspoons and the tablespoon. I'm looking forward to turning on the oven because it is a little chilly in here with my sleeves rolled up. No Control, you've never had a cannoli? They're really good. Okay, 1 teaspoon vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla. Remember I used it before? I refilled it. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, cannoli is like cream filled with chocolate shavings, whipped cream and chocolate shavings on top. Kind of like tiramisu, I guess. Mmm, with a cup of espresso. You're making the perfect day, Dr. Brown tags. 5 teaspoons of vegetable oil. We got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last one. 5. You know, I can't remember. Like, now that I'm doing this, I can't remember if I used to do the, yeah, it is avocado oil. It says to use vegetable oil, but that's the only non-olive oil or sesame oil that I have right now. So I figured I would try it. I've never made it with avocado oil, but why not? 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You know, I'm going to get a whisk. I might go ahead and mix the dry stuff in a different... Oh, interesting. MXPX said cannoli is a Sicily thing. I'm living in North Italy. But yeah, I can find it for sure. I did not know that cannoli was Sicilian. Yeah, avocado oil is healthier than veggie oil. What do we have? We have flour, sugar, cocoa, baking soda, and salt. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. When I was developing this recipe and testing it a lot, I was making these enough that I memorized it. And I had everything like, here's all the bowls I need and all the tools and everything. So let's see. Do I want to pour the liquid into the powder? Or do I want to pour the powder into the liquid? Sometimes it makes a big difference. I think I am going to get a different bowl and do the powder separately and pour the liquid into the powder. Just because the goal is to be stirring as little as possible when the flour is in there. The only thing I don't like about this is that this bowl's way too big. Now I have a huge bowl that I don't need, but oh well. I'm not a fan of having more dishes than were necessary, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Oop. Let's set this aside for now. How much flour? We need 1.5 cups of flour. I'm gonna gently scoop the flour into the measuring cup and level it. It's very important. There's 1 cup. Wet the dries, dry the wets, up is down. Cats and dogs living together. Cats and dogs living together. Yes, it is a big flour bucket. Flour is a necessity in my house. So I got this giant Cambro bucket. All right. 1.5 cups of flour. we need 1 cup of sugar. I've got a sugar bucket too, but it's a little smaller. Is it you live in an underrated region, MXPX? I bet. We have mountains and sea. I would invite every one of you, my friends. That is so nice. And I bet it is lovely. I would love to go back to Italy. I've been a number of times on tour, but haven't really gotten to spend much free time there. We had 1 day off in Rome once on 1 tour, and it was really weird because everything was closed. I can't remember why, but like the Colosseum was closed, the Vatican City was closed, the entire city was closed. The entire Vatican City was closed. So we kind of just wandered around. We did get pizza, which is always exciting. We need a 1/4 cup of cocoa. Look at this. Here's a giant thing of cocoa. I don't think I've brought this out on stream yet either, because we made chocolate chip cookies the first time and then coffee cake the other time. Leo, you've never been to Italy, but maybe someday you'll go. You should. I feel like you should. Matsky said, Italy is great. I totally agree. There's our little 1/4 cup. Need a spoon. Small spoon. 1/4 cup doesn't seem like enough, but it is. Come on. Cocoa is, if you've never worked with cocoa powder, it's so fine. It's like ground so fine that it just makes a huge mess. You can't really use it, at least I can't really use it without making a huge mess. Oh. Just as I say that, cocoa powder explodes everywhere. Thankfully not on my computer. That would make my computer really angry. Teaspoon of baking soda. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then that's everything. No Control said, I used to put cacao powder in smoothies. Lots of health benefits, bitter stuff though. Yeah, I put it in smoothies as well. It's so good for you. MXPX said, we have a lot of things to see. Me that I'm living, never visit all the places. Yeah, it's hard to be a tourist in the place you live sometimes. It's like it's too convenient. You forget that there's so much awesome stuff around you. Leo said before going to another country, I'd like to find interesting places that nobody really knows about. Yeah, like do some research and maybe have it not be so touristy. I totally get that. Teaspoon baking soda and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Here's the giant. It's like everything is giant today. It's starting to get low to the point where it's going to be hard to reach. This I'm going to level off with the other teaspoon and make sure 1 teaspoon baking soda. Anyway, I want to offer myself to taste. You want to be my taste tester, MXPX? I wish you could. Dillinger Nick said, it's always good to have a fixer in a town you visit. Yes. Fixer is a local friend that lives in a specific city. I agree. It's always awesome to get the inside knowledge. I mean, we have each other here on Twitch. Like, we have lots of vast locations. So that is kind of really cool. I'm running out of space. Okay. Oh, Atlas Obscura, Dr. Brontax said you should check out. I'm just going to stir all this together before pouring the liquid in. And then I'm going to do I think I'll whisk it. Risk it with the whisk it. First time visiting another country, I'd visit popular places. But if I would visit again, I would like to see more. Yeah, that's actually more like how I feel too. Because, I mean, those tourist spots are touristy for a reason, right? Like, you want to see. But that's what would be so amazing, would be to have the freedom to, and the ability to go on a vacation somewhere and see the sights, and also either have time to see, you know, some local stuff, or be able to return knowing that you've already seen, you know, the Eiffel Tower and whatnot. Yes, we played shows in Italy, No Control. We played there with Bouncing Souls and with the Vandals. And possibly on our headlining tour. I'm not totally sure. I'm going to make a little well in the middle of this powder. Because it's fun. Actually, I think it does help keep, like, it's a little bit better to keep the liquids inside instead of getting all over the walls. MXPX said it's also true. My dream holiday is to visit California. You have Baywatch and good music. Baywatch, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to see any. You probably have to go to a very specific beach to see some lifeguards running around in their swimsuits. Okay, so here's the other part. I'm going to start with the whisk and see how it goes. Might switch to a spoon. I feel like this batter is a pretty thin cake batter. And even though we don't want to agitate it too much, I think it's thin enough that it mixes pretty easily. Leo said, I've seen the Eiffel Tower, and I was listening to Ballad of Mona Lisa while looking at a painting of Mona Lisa. That's awesome. I have not been to the Louvre. I've played Paris a couple times and haven't really seen many sights. Although one day we did get to spend time at, I think I mentioned this already, probably on a different stream, but we did get to go to one of the really awesome cemeteries. That was a highlight for me. Look at that beautiful batter. This is exciting. It's all shaping up. I'm going to turn on the oven now. We're going to need to bake this at 325 degrees. And I'll bring my pans over here. Actually, I'll turn this on. Wait. First, check to see where the racks are in the oven, because we want them to be, oh yeah, they can go side by side. I'll leave this rack in the middle where it'll cook the most evenly. And then we're going to set this to 300. I will, let's see, let me clear my space a little bit. Yes, dark batter, black bottom. Yeah, they come out pretty dark. Okay, let's start throwing dishes in the sink. Move all these cups. Don't need this one anymore. Just doing a little prep work here. Post work, actually. Okay. Gonna move my recipe. And move the bowls over because we're gonna need the actually I'll leave that there. Okay, I'm going to spray. I've got this. I love this stuff. And we used it on the last stream too, but it's a baking spray that also has flour in it. I just saw a video on how to make your own, which is it's not a spray, but it's like a blend of different oils with flour, and then you brush it in, which I think I'm going to try that next time because, I mean, once this runs out. Because I don't really like having, and it also goes everywhere. I like to make sure that the cupcakes the pan is extra greased because I much prefer having cupcakes without the paper. I feel like I've had too many experiences where the cupcake sticks to the paper and then you're throwing away a decent portion of cupcake and it's so disappointing. So I don't use those anymore unless I need to for some weird reason. Okay, and it's supposed to make 18 cupcakes. Hope my computer didn't get oil powder all over it. I don't think it did. I think it's okay. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands again because this is really going to get... I'm really going to be using my hands here. Thanks, Ruben. You're hungry post Malone? I see I missed something while I was away. So hang on. Whoa, Dillinger Nick redeemed actual postcard. Awesome. Oh, Leo is saying I had a random thought to listen to the song while looking at Mona Lisa. I was thinking I should do it someday. And when I had a chance, I did it. How was it? While you were doing it, were you just like, did it feel like you were doing the exact right thing at that moment in your life? Yeah, isn't it the worst, no control? When the muffins stick to the paper. It's so disappointing. Also, thank you, Ruben. No control sent Dillinger Nick a slice of cherry pie with ice cream. Okay, so now I need a couple different spoons here. And I'm going to do a stretch reminder. Oh, look at how the sun's coming in. Guess we'll see how that goes. Okay, spoons, spoons, spoons. I'm going to use my cookie scoop for the chocolate part. Hi Taylor fan. How are you? Good to see you again. MXPX, I have not had a chance to listen to Linnea 77 or Flatfoot 56. That's funny that they both have numbers in their names. Yes, we're making cupcakes today, Trevor. I need another spoon for this. We're making chocolate peanut butter black bottom cupcakes. Mod love. Trevor is a fantastic mod for our good friend Auburn Music. So whenever you go over there and hang out, usually Trevor is there making things happen. Just got back from the laundromat. Nice to see you too. That always is a good feeling, I feel like, when the stretch reminder. When the laundry is done, right? Except putting it away is the worst part, I think, to me. I would much rather, I don't mind folding it. Of course, I don't mind when it's doing its thing in the washing machine. But when I have to put it away, that sucks. No Control, did you watch Auburn last night? I did too. I was there. I was lurking for a good portion of it though, because I was working on tax stuff. Dillinger Nick, did you say something, or does it just because I have a black background that I can't see what you said? It looks like you said nothing. That's kind of funny. Oh, your washer broke, so that's why you had to go. Okay, that sucks. I'm so distracted, and I can't decide what. Yeah, I'm going to use this, I think. Yes, I'm going to use that tablespoon. Okay, so, it's a handshake emoji? Weird. I don't know why I can't see it. Okay, No Control, you saw that I requested basket case. She asked for pop punk songs, so I looked at her list and was like, well, basket case. Obviously, that's the one. Oh, you were shaking a fellow mod's hand. That's awesome. Yes, Leo, I do have dark mode on Twitch. Okay. So it says to fill each cupcake tin about half full of batter. Top each with a tablespoon of the filling. So we'll see. This is gonna make a mess, but that's just the nature of baking sometimes. I'm gonna start with 1 scoop in each one and see if that seems like enough. I think it's gonna be a little bit short. Because the recipe says this makes 18 cupcakes. And this kind of looks like a lot of batter. And I only have 18 ready. I only have 18 as my max that I can bake. Packing and listening, Dillinger Nick? Good to know. I'm making a huge mess. Yeah, MXPX, I definitely need to add at least one MXPX song to the list. Just haven't done it yet. Who gets to lick the spoon? Ghosts or Doug? And me. Or Jimmy the Leprechaun. Hi, the Rising Rhino. How are you? Good to see you. Do I have to send my address? So you send these right on over? I don't think you would like how they looked when they arrived. They'd be like a squishy pile. The box would be all greasy. And the post office would be eyeing it with suspicion. You want them, Dillinger Nick? I will make cookies for shipping again at some point. I should probably do cookies next time for that reason, to be able to ship them to somebody, because I think that's so fun. Okay, I'm gonna see how empty these look before I start filling the rest, because I feel like usually it tends to not make 18 cupcakes. Like it'll make 16 or 15 maybe. Yeah, my Twitch was automatically on dark mode whenever I first started using it on the desktop. So that's how I left it. I mean, it's weird though, because it's only for when I'm streaming. Maybe that's just, I don't know. If I'm watching Twitch, like yesterday when I was at Auburn's stream, it's in light mode. But I really don't care that much either way. But I am used to it being in dark mode while I'm streaming. At this point, I think I would feel weird if I switched it to light mode. Yes, the first baking stream we had a cookie lottery and Julian won. Oh, you're late because somebody was taking a nap. Was it you? Oh, you don't want them, Dillinger Nick. But you do. I see. You know that I'm not as well versed in memes. I'm pretty horribly versed in memes, I feel like. But I'm not sad about it. Although sometimes it does, you know, slows things down a little bit when people refer to some, make some meme reference, and I'm like, I see some of them. But when I'm seeing memes, part of me is feeling like I should be doing something else. Like writing a song or streaming. Yeah, it was you. It was you, Rising Rhino. Napping. Oh, no, you don't have to refrain. You don't have to refrain. It depends on how, like, it doesn't make me feel bad at all. I would rather you continue as you have been, unless it's irritating to you when I'm like, huh? Because then you have to explain yourself, you know? Okay, I'm going to use the scraper to get the last little bits out of this bowl. The ice cream scoop turned out to not be the best choice. It was okay, but here at the end, it's like I can't use the scooper that low down. I kind of did these last three wrong. Actually, no, it should be fine. Sometimes it can be a problem when the pan doesn't have, when it's only got batter in some of the cups. The other ones, oh, you know what? I should probably at least wipe the other ones out because they'll start burning. I think I'm not going to use every bit of this because otherwise they'll start overflowing. Thumbs up emoji. I see that one. I don't know why the handshake one I couldn't see. Hand washing time. I'm washing my hands now. Okay. And now. Oh, dang. This pan's totally gonna get all crazy with the grease. The extra grease. Okay, I'm gonna wipe them afterwards because I might still make a mess with this peanut butter filling. Here's my tablespoon. I'm gonna do a heaping. I'm gonna see how this goes. See how heaping that is? Heaping tablespoon in each one. And you just kind of... Okay, maybe that is too much. Maybe that was too heaping. We'll do a little less of a heap. And just kind of drop it in the center like a little ball of deliciousness. Oh, you know what? I'm remembering too that I often end up with extra of the filling. And I think it's probably because I added the peanut butter. Maybe that's why I lost the contest. They were like, these cupcakes are amazing, but we're left with all this extra filling. What are we supposed to do with it? Mess, mess, mess. That's the definition of heaping. Yeah. They do look pretty tasty, I must say. We'll see if they... I can't remember if they overflow. I got really good at making them to where I was like, okay, I could see how much they would, where to draw the line so that they wouldn't overflow too much. Because they definitely rise in the oven. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of extra filling. So we're going to make some plain ones in these other 3 cups. Oh, yeah. So this is a recipe that my mom has been making my whole life. And but she doesn't make it peanut butter. So I basically reformulated the recipe to make it chocolate peanut butter. And I was doing that because I was trying to win a baking contest. And you had to submit an original recipe. Yes, a bake-off. Well, no, not so much a bake-off. It's more a recipe contest. I think if I made it to the finals or something, I would have gotten, like, flown out to bake them in person for judges. But I didn't make it, like, at all. I didn't make it past, I don't know how many rounds there were. Okay, that's a lot of leftover. So I'm going to try... This one's going to be messed up for sure. Oh, my thumb is still hurting from the finger exercise thing that I got. I don't know if you were there when I was talking about it on stream, but I got myself a finger exerciser to get my fingers stronger to play bass better. And I was using it every day, and after like, I don't know, 6 days or something, I was just like, wow, my thumb joint really hurts. Only on my left hand. My right hand was fine, even though I was doing the exact same exercises. Of course, that is my stronger hand. But it still hurts. I don't like it. Okay, so this one is gonna be this is the definition of heaping right here. Those judges were paid off. You should have won. It's possible they were paid off. I don't know what's going to happen with this one. There's like a tiny, I've never done this, but I put a tiny layer of the cake batter in the bottom and then a giant layer of the cheesecake on top. And then we're gonna just fill these other 2 cups with straight cheesecake filling. 'Cause what else would you do? I mean, I'll leave some of it in the bowl 'cause it's pretty good to eat just by itself too. This solves the problem of these cups being greased already. Yeah, you know what? I bet if you weren't here, I probably would have eaten that much of the filling. So that's normal. That's a normal amount left over. Washing my hands. I need a hand washing song. I got the water turned on. I got the soap in my hand. I'm washing my hands now, so they're nice and clean now. And I can bake again. Yes, it's pretty good raw. Okay. Guess what? It's time to put these in the oven. These babies are going to bake. Actually, I'm going to wipe this a little bit. Because look at how messy. Especially this one. It's got drips everywhere. I'm drying my hands now. Should the song just continue? Now I am cleaning up the pan so we don't have burnt chunks everywhere. One more. I like that you guys are dancing to my song. There's extra grease on the pan that I didn't intend. There's chocolate drips everywhere. I'm so sorry, my friends. Wow, yeah, I used a ton of grease. Which is good, I think. Okay. It'll be better next time, probably. Or whenever I brush, use a brush. Okay. These are the best kinds of songs. I'm gonna put the big one in and then the small one. And it says 20 to 25 minutes. So we're gonna start with, what are we gonna start with? Let's start with 15. No, let's start with 12. Okay. 12 minutes till we switch those around. I like to always flip the pans around to get them to bake more evenly when there's more than one pan. Now what am I going to do with all this deliciousness. I'm gonna eat some. I'm gonna scoop this into a little bowl. No Control said, would your mom make these on special occasions or just whenever? I mean, these were kind of a just whenever type cupcake. She often kept cookies in the house. And sometimes, I mean, I can't remember exactly. I can't picture like a specific event where these cupcakes were present. I just know that they've been in my life for my whole life. So, but I don't think they're necessarily like I think because they don't, they're not like a frosted cupcake, that they don't really, they're not really a special occasion cupcake. At least that's kind of how I feel about them, so I think maybe that's the way my mom treated them too. Your mom always seemed to have goodies on hand. Yeah. Yeah, there was a cookie jar. There was like a glass. She had a glass swing top, like a big one, like the kind that have the uh mechanism and a rubber seal. She had one of those, a big one, and she would make cookies for a good number of years. She was making cookies every week, like once a week, and would fill that cookie jar. For us, which was awesome. Look at all that. That's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot of peanut butter filling. I think I am going to scrape the extra chocolate into here as well. Because why not? You remember the cookie jar fondly, Limp Dork? Yeah, she stopped. I mean, I think it was mostly when most of us were, living there, when there were more of us living there. Now, none of us live there, so the cookie jar is not a thing. You know what? I'm not sure, Leo. Leo's asking where my mom learned the recipe or if she came up with it. I don't think she came up with it. I think that actually my grandma used to make this too. I think I'd have to ask her. I should do that next time if I'm going to do one of her recipes. I'll get more info beforehand on the origins so that we can be more like a real baking show. Oops. Okay. It's cheesecakey and peanut buttery. Does anyone else who is here on stream like to bake? And if so, what was the last thing that you baked? Or even if you don't like to bake, but you still do it sometimes, just tell us, what was the last thing that you baked? I'm interested to know. A no-bake orphan cupcake. Yep. Seems like we always have one orphan, right? All right, I need to put some hot water in this. This turned out to be a 3-bowl event. And now I'm soaking the dishes, 'cause I want 'em to get partially clean. So nobody has baked anything, huh? Only me. Am I the last one that baked something? No Control said, I'm actually planning to meet up with my mom to learn her cookie making process. They're legendary and I want to carry them on. That's amazing. I love that. And I think that's really a great idea. I definitely treasure the recipes that came from my grandma and my mom too. But when I'm making ones that even my grandma used to make, I'm just like, wow, this is so cool. Leo said baking is not my thing. Wimp Dork said, my partner's been doing most of the baking. He just made a cranberry bread. That sounds good. Dr. Brontex said banana bread. Haven't baked in a while. Wimp Dork said, last time I baked was probably brownies. That's a good one. I really need to do Hulk Hokies peanut butter caramel brownies. Well, they're really Bobby Flays, but recommended by Hulk Hokie. 'Cause that sounds so good. No Control said, I love banana bread. How did it turn out? Actually, I added the exclamation. I bet it was good. Banana bread is a good, like, staple baked good. I love my banana bread recipe so much. It's not mine. It's just the one that I use. Oh, wow, I made a huge mess over here. The banana bread recipe that I use is, I think it's from like, it's also the same recipe that my mom and my grandma used for banana bread, but it's not, they didn't make it up. It's from like Sunset Magazine or something. Turned out great, surprisingly. Yeah, I feel like banana bread is actually, if somebody has never baked anything before and wants to, not not to say you've never baked before, Dr. Brontax, but I just feel like banana bread is kind of like a really good gateway baked good almost, because it's pretty easy, and yeah, it's kind of hard to mess it up, I feel. And yours turned out great, surprisingly. Banana bread and oatmeal cookies are great excuses to eat dessert for breakfast. Also, I enjoy having like a fruit crumble, like if like a blackberry or a peach cobbler, or like basically cobblers or crumbles, fruit stuff for breakfast. Of course, there are lots of actual breakfast baked goods like muffins, stuff like that, coffee cake. Banana bread, I feel like is way more of a breakfast item than a dessert item. It's more like a snack than anything. I need to lick this peanut butter spoon. Wimp Dork said, yes, love crumbles for breakfast. Yeah, they're delicious. You just have to use really ripe bananas, No Control. And you don't even have to. They just can't be underripe, you know? They can be regular ripe, but I think the best thing about banana bread is that if you happen to have too many bananas that go, that start turning black, instead of throwing them away, you make banana bread out of them. It's like it saves the light, it extends, instead of throwing them out, you can use them for something that's way better than just a straight banana. I much prefer banana bread. 2 bananas. So yeah, if you want or need a banana bread recipe, I have a really good one. Wimtork said occasionally we'll do bread pudding too with dried fruit. It's just French toast casserole. I love that. That's totally true. Let's see, we've got 1 minute. I'm going to give you a description of how these are looking. They're starting to puff up. Well, they're definitely puffed up. I hope they don't spread out too much more. You know what? I might actually leave them in place instead of switching the pans because they look pretty puddly and I don't want them to spread too much. So maybe, oh, that stupid fly. Let's see, maybe I will add, I did 12 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and add another 5 minutes and then maybe switch them. Then we'll be at 17 minutes. Oh. You can't see it, but there's like chocolate drips all over this. The counter is all chocolate drippy. There's a big one here off camera that I didn't realize was forming. Okay. I'm going to try this filling. I like toasting my banana bread. Dr. Brontax, if you still have some of your banana bread, you should maybe, if you have a toaster oven, I guess it wouldn't work that great with a regular toaster. But if you have a toaster oven, or you could do it on the griddle too. You know, some butter on it if you're doing on the griddle, or you could toast it in the toaster oven and then put butter on it. I also like to have it with cream cheese, like toasted with cream cheese on it is so good. No Control said, I have made banana pudding, one of my favorites. Not really baking though, with vanilla wafers and banana pieces. There's a banana dessert that my mom used to make called, I have the recipe for it too. It's called like gooey banana stuff. I mean, I think she gave it that name. And it's got a what do you call it? It's got a shortbread crumb crust. So you press the shortbread dough into the crust. And then it's got a cream cheese layer. And I know it involves banana pudding. I can't remember in what capacity. But it's got a cream cheesy, like a cheesecakey banana layer. It's got banana slices in it. And it's got whipped cream and banana pudding. It's good. I also really love there's a banana cream pie for anyone who's in the San Francisco area. Or actually they have locations elsewhere now, but there's the bakery called Tartine. I don't like what the sun is doing to my lighting right now. There's a bakery called Tartine where they have a banana cream pie. And what they do differently is in the crust, It's the best with a miniature pie because because I think it makes for more chocolate. Yes, thank you. Um, so they make miniature pies and big ones, like regular size ones. But they make the crust and then they coat it with chocolate. So it's got like a chocolate shell layer, and it also has caramel in it too. So it's like a banana. That's the only chocolate in there. Maybe there's some chocolate shavings on top, but it's got the banana cream and some caramel. I can't remember where in the whole mix the caramel sits, but it's amazing. It's definitely the best banana cream pie that I've ever had. I don't generally go for banana desserts. Not that I don't like it, but it just isn't my first choice. But at Tartine, the banana cream pie might be my first choice. I don't know. It's got chips in it. Mm-hmm. That's good. Let's see what the cupcakes are doing now. Oh, they've only got 6 seconds left. Okay, they're looking pretty good. I'm gonna add the remaining 3 minutes of the first it says 20 to 25. So with this extra 3 minutes, that will be 20 minutes baking. And I will check them, and if they're still not done, then I will switch their placement. Caramel with banana is really good. I bet there's a Tartine banana cream pie, like recreated recipe out there. Or they might even have the recipe out there because I know they have a few cookbooks from the bakery. So, yeah, if you really love banana pudding, I highly recommend that one. Are you feeling hungry? I am. I'm feeling like eating a cupcake. Once they're done, it doesn't say anything about what to do when they're done. It just says that to bake them for 20 to 25 minutes or until the tops spring back when gently pressed. So we'll see. No Control said, my mom makes a cottage cheese pie. Ever have that? I have not had that, but that sounds amazing. I love cottage cheese. It's sweet with cinnamon. So it's like a cream pie, but with cottage cheese. Like, is it raw? Is the filling like blended cottage cheese? Give us some more. Give us some more description. What time is dessert? Hopefully about 10 minutes from now. Wimtork said, I might have to bake something after this. I recommend it, you know? It's fun. I think it's fun. It's fun because it's like you're building something. You're following, you're like, it's like building IKEA furniture, except at the end, you get to eat it instead of just setting it aside. We got 30 seconds. I'm going to get my oven mitts out because now I'm going to use them. I just realized that I bet with my online, my print on demand store, I bet I could print myself a survival guide apron. My own custom apron. There it goes. Hit that because that thing's going to beep forever if I don't. Okay. The tops are not looking as dramatic as they should, which makes me feel like I maybe put too much of the cupcake part. I'm going to bring them over so you can see them, and I'm going to gently press the top to see how springy they are. Move out of the way, little buddy. Okay. I think they need to go longer. They're a little bit liquidy in the centers. You can't really see that on camera, I bet. But I'm gonna switch their places, which will result in a more even bake. Okay. I'm gonna do another 4 minutes. Let's do that. No Control said, it's baked like cheesecake. Cottage cheese, sugar, cream cheese. Not sure what else. It's really good. That sounds really good. You'll send me the recipe? Awesome. Hi, stock guy. What's okay? I'm okay. Are you okay? The cupcakes are almost done. And then I'm going to get the the cooling racks out. Because even though it doesn't tell us what to do, how to finish them, I am going to put them on racks. We'll probably let them cool just enough for me to be able to handle them and loosen them from the pan. I see No Control saying you're teleporting again, and then I look over. Yeah, wow, it's really behind. And I'm really teleporting a lot. I am so sorry. I hope that this will get fixed when I take a lot of stuff off of the computer. I'm gonna really clean it out and update it because it's the OS is outdated on it. Oh, it's been good up till now. That's good. At least we had like a long portion where it was tolerable. And hopefully the audio is still intact. And I think maybe I should just go ahead and do some, some extra motions to make it more interesting. And see how that comes out. Didn't change anything on the settings? No, I mean, I don't know what settings I should change, Paco. I just turned the computer off and turned it back on. I cleared my internet cache. But that's about it. Okay, good. Audio is okay. The delay is pretty long. Seems like the delay is like maybe at least 30 seconds. I'm now seeing myself flailing for fun. Yeah, well, next time we can troubleshoot. Hopefully next time I'll have the new computer set up, and then this computer will be for streaming only. Yes, I will try to troubleshoot next time. All right. Cupcakes are 5 seconds from being done, hopefully. Let's see how they look. Oh my goodness. They're flat on the top, which is just kind of the nature of these cupcakes. The cheesecake part sort of weighs them down. You know what? The cheesecake ones might not be done, but I think the cake ones are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are done. Well, okay, this small one, the cupcakes are done. The cheesecake only ones here, these might not be done, but I don't care as much about those. I'd rather not burn the other cupcakes on behalf of the cheesecake ones. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this big pan back in for 2 more minutes. I wonder if the hot oven blast affects my Madonna mic at all. Because it's hot. It's 300 degrees. Am I teleporting, Mad Cat? Maybe this is not the real Agent M. She is teleporting, a body-snatching alien. Yep, that's me. Yeah, these are looking good. So I'm going to leave them for a few minutes at least. And then I'm going to see if I can kind of separate them from the edge. This is the one that has the, like a little bit of cupcake batter in the bottom. It probably had like, I don't know, a ½ inch maybe. So that'll be, I mean, it looks like it worked. It looks like it actually rose enough. I don't know. How do you prove you are the real Agent M? I don't know. That would depend on what kind of proof you feel like you need, Mad Cat. I mean, I don't have my music set up right here in the kitchen, so I can't play you a Tsunami Bomb song. But I can sing a dishes washing song. Although I don't really want to wash the dishes right now, so that plan is out. Not sure how long I'm gonna wait on these. Few minutes. Wash. Gonna wash some dishes. What does Renafi have instead of feet? Well, I've heard that Renafi has hooves, has tiny hooves instead of feet. Yes, no control got it too. The timer just buzzed. Clear, yeah. I'm gonna say they're done. I'm calling these cupcakes completed. I don't usually do that. I don't know why I did that. We're gonna let them cool for a little bit. Yes, that was the test. Hi, Super Gran Turismo. No, I don't have hooves. It's Renafi that has little tiny hooves. Well, supposedly. Not sure how accurate that is, but that's the rumor. So what else is going on? How was your weekend? Did anyone do anything exciting? I'm doing the Trader Joe's cashier thing. Got any exciting plans for the weekend? And little horns. I don't know if Renafi is still here. Renafi was here. Maybe he got annoyed with the talk of hooves. I don't really believe it. No control. Or Renafi. So don't be sad. You slept a lot. Mad Cat said, I slept a lot, watched Korean movies. They are great. That's cool. I have watched some Korean movies, but not a ton. Dillinger Nick said, Trader Joe's cashiers are legally obligated to comment on at least one item in your cart. Yeah, I feel that way too. They're like, have you tried these yet? And I'm always like, no. Well, usually. No, sometimes I'm like, yes, this is my favorite thing ever. And other times I'm like, no, tell me about it. Rabbit City! Yeah, they're cooling off right now. I would have liked for them to be a little more dramatic on the top, but it's okay because they will be on the inside, which is also fun in a different way. I'm going to eat this spoonful of fillings. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if... Let's see. How stuck is it? I think they're pretty well greased, but still too hot. They're super soft. Actually, I can't remember. I should probably write it down on my recipe this time. But I can't remember how I flipped them out of the pan. I think I just let them cool enough to where that, you know what, that is what it is. I have to let them cool enough till they're like really much more solid. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Mad Cat is asking if there's a food that I really hate. Or you can't stand the smell even. Probably like organ meat, which I think is not uncommon for people to dislike that, but I definitely am not a fan of like liver or any of those types of meats. And I haven't smelled that in a long time, so I don't know. That's the first like and worst thing that comes to mind. I also don't really like licorice flavor, but I can handle it in certain like hints of it in a cocktail. I can handle, but I'm definitely not a fan of licorice flavor. Liver is popular in Portugal. Yeah, I know there are a lot of places where I mean, a lot of people eat it here too. But I think it is it's probably not very surprising when somebody says they don't really like it. Dillinger Nick said, greatest generation / boomer meat. Um, and the codfish. Codfish. I don't have a problem with codfish. I like cod. I've never tried I don't think I've ever tried the pickled cod. That doesn't sound very appetizing to me, but I would try it if somebody recommended it. What else? I don't like spicy food, but I really want to. I'm bummed. It's more like I can't handle it. And that's not so much a flavor as it is just a sensation. Super Gran Turismo said, I love liver and onions, but I understand why some people can't stand it. Yeah, I just never, and Mad Cat is agreeing, liver and onions, so good. I just, the flavor of it that's so distinct. And I think it's because probably when I was little, my mom made liver and onions one time. I don't know how many times she made it, but there's a time that I remember, and I was supposed to eat all of my food. I was probably like 4 or something, and I just really did not like it, and I think it traumatized me. What's the spiciest food that's okay to you? Well, I can do wasabi, which I think people who really like spicy probably don't consider that very spicy, because it goes away. It's a different kind of spice, so I don't know if that really counts. I can do like a little bit of hot sauce. I don't know how to describe like my tolerance level in a good way, but my tolerance is fairly low. Not the lowest. I can handle some spice, but not very much, I don't think. Super Gran Turismo said canned peas are something I can't stand. Tastes like nasty tin. Yeah, I have never liked canned peas. I haven't had those in so long. I haven't had those since probably my grandma was trying to serve them to me at one point. And I'm sure I probably wasn't having it because, yeah, not the tastiest. And the texture, not into that. Fresh peas out of the garden plus hot butter is the way. Yeah, that sounds delicious. I love peas, just not the canned ones, like you said. Most canned vegetables are not great. I feel like corn is kind of the only one that holds up when it's canned. And beans, I guess. Not green beans. But not peas, not green beans, not carrots. Tomatoes? Because they're stewed. That's kind of different. I don't think I've ever... Like, this is kind of really hard to actively wait for the cupcakes to cool. I think when I determined that this was what needed to happen. You know what I can do though? I will totally pop one out and let the rest of them stay in the pan, and then I can cut one open for you so you can see what the inside looks like. That's what I'll do. And I'll do this one because it is not hanging out over the edge. So that could be a functional one. So I'll just get a little knife. Just make sure that it's not attached to the edge. Leo said, do you have peas in jars? I have it in stores and they are like in cans, but they're just a jar. I don't think so. I have not seen peas in a jar at the store, but I also haven't looked for them. So it also wouldn't surprise me if they do exist at my store. Okay, this is thoroughly detached. Oh, Dr. Bruntax is wondering if it's like a bulk, like you can get refills on your peas with the jar. It's probably just in a jar, like jam comes in a jar instead of a can. Mad Cat is saying, oh, in a Lemonade Performance Live, who was the girl that you invited to sing with you on stage? Did she have black curly hair? Like, not super long, but longer, like longer than mine during that show? You'll have to let me know. I think I know what you're talking about, but I think that was the Tsunami Bomb reunion show in 2009 that we did. And if so, that was Mel from a band called Lucky Strike. They're not together anymore, but they were the first band that we ever toured with. And they were also, the drummer of the band was Liz, and she's the one who we were having the benefit show for. So I'm assuming that's the show you're referring to. Yeah, Mel from Lucky Strike. Yep. If that's the right show. Yeah, so she was the singer from that band, and Liz was the drummer from that band. So they were like the whole reason why, Liz was the whole reason why we even did a reunion in the first place. So we invited Mel to come up and sing. And it was awesome. At least I thought it was awesome. Okay. So the bottom might be kind of stuck. But we're going to find out. Actually, I think I'll use a fork maybe. Because it's more curved. It'll be a little bit like a scoop. Here we go. Somebody needs to invent a cupcake retrieval tool. Maybe I should do that. Oh no. I just gouged it with the fork. Quiz. Who was the original singer of Tsunami Bomb? Well, yeah, they did have a singer before me. Her name was Kristen McCrory. She was in the band for like, I don't know how long? Like 6 months to a year or so before. Oh, am I good? No Control is asking what's up in the Survival Guide world this week. Working on art still. I hope not. I had to change the file many times, and I just submitted what I hope will be the final one. Oh no, see? Broke a little bit. Not too bad. I'm just going to sort of put it back together. And then I'm going to cut it in half so you can see the inside. Then I'll probably eat it with a fork. So yeah, hopefully the art files are done. I just sent them yesterday. So this week is going to be, I'm going to be sending, I owe some postcards to people and a base pick and some stickers to people on Patreon and an enamel pin to Paco, and someone ordered a 7-inch, so I need to ship that. I basically need to do a bunch of shipping stuff. And then, hi, Mr. Design Cooks. Foodstuffs, welcome to the chat. I normally am doing music, but I also love baking, so I've started doing occasional baking streams. So I'm shipping stuff out this week, and I am hopefully getting the computer all set up and learning the karaoke songs, because Saturday, a week from yesterday, is the next karaoke session. Okay, this looks like it's literally a hot mess. It's too hot to look like anything that's, to look like a cupcake that's in one piece, or I guess now 2 pieces. But I think it's gonna be good. Yes, Paco, I know. Finally, I'm gonna send your pin out. I'm so sorry. I was supposed to send it last month, and now it's like the end of March. Mad Cat said, sorry for the many questions from me and the Portuguese crew. Not every day you talk to one of your childhood heroes. It's fine. No worries at all. Mr. Design Cooks said, well, it's a cupcake. LOL. Mr. Design Cooks, if you have just arrived, I took one out early because these cupcakes have to, I don't know if you've ever made, I mean, I assume that you cook since you're Mr. Design and you cook, Mr. Design Cooks. I've learned in the past that these cupcakes in particular, they need to cool completely in the pan. And I decided I don't think I can wait while on stream. I didn't think about that before deciding to make these. And I think it will take like at least an hour for them to cool all the way. And I don't think I can provide that much entertainment just while these sit here and cool. I'm normally singing songs and playing music. Mr. Design said, I was a Hispanic cuisine chef, not baker. Oh. Okay. So you've never made these. Has anyone ever made these? Anyone in chat ever made these black bottom cupcakes? Probably not these peanut butter ones. I'm gonna try it. It's falling apart. I'm gonna move my microphone first so I can bring my plate with me. It's really good. It's really good, but it definitely is like, it's almost like a warm cupcake dough, the consistency of it. Ooh, Mr. Design said my grandma used to, and I'd freeze them like ice cream almost. Then Dr. Brontax added, freeze them and some vanilla ice cream on top. That sounds really good. Organ Dude, you're still here. It's warm cupcake dough. It's not the intended texture. And also, I feel like it really is true. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but chocolate tastes best at room temperature. If you're eating it hot or warm, it's just not as flavorful as it normally is. So this cupcake will for sure be better when it's fully cooled. But I think this was a success. It was a success. Um, and I will post the recipe in Discord. I know I said that about the other one, and I didn't end up posting it. But that's because... Or did I? I don't remember now. It was a while ago now. Oh, is it robot voice? Ah, I'm so sorry. No Control said, so the ones without chocolate are basically chocolate chip cheesecake. Yes. Peanut butter chocolate chip cheesecake. I'm interested to see how this one is going to be because of the very slight chocolate cake amount in it. But yeah, these two on the ends are just pure peanut butter chocolate chip cheesecake. Mr. Design said, I don't discriminate. I'll eat chocolate melted or cold. Me too. Me too. But when I'm making a baked good, I would like to also eat it at its most delicious, which I know I will get to because there's all of these and they will cool. But like if I had people over or something, I would be bummed if they all ate all of these. Like if you were all here, I would be like, please, let's wait. Let's wait until they are prime, till they're ready instead of them being hot because they'll just be better. Hi Bjorn. Bjorn said, when me and my grandmother were young lads, we made butter cakes from sand and clay. Yum. That sounds delicious. And like a ton of fun. Chocolate, Leo, you're correct. Chocolate is not like pizza, which tastes better when it's still warm. Well, I mean, it's still good, but yeah, it's not better when it's warm. I don't think. Or if it's a recipe where it's intended to be warm, like a lava cake, then I think it's got a higher content of chocolate, like a higher ratio of the cocoa or the chocolate or whatever chocolate you're using. Whereas these cupcakes are not intended to be eaten melty, Cookie Mr. Design said cookie dough I find better than cookies. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I love cookie dough. It's a really tough call for me, and I think it kind of depends on what type of cookie it is that you're talking about. But in general, oh, and also thank you for the follow, Mr. Design Cooks. I appreciate that. Oregon Dude said, I wouldn't wait. I couldn't wait. Inhale. Mad Cat said, you still have the kinda bell jeans and the white belt of live Tsunami Bomb shows? I don't have any pants that I would have worn during that time, but I do, I think, still have the white belt. I think I have the white belt. I actually almost got it out the other day when I was taking those photos where I was pretending to be Avril. I don't know if you saw those, but I did a little like mini photo shoot as Avril because of my covers album. And I think the white belt is in there, is in my closet, yeah. Lava cake, aka fancy hostess cupcake. I mean, I guess if you like microwaved a hostess cupcake, which would probably make it like do something weird. It'd probably like turn colors or explode in the microwave or expand like a marshmallow. I think that's it, everybody. I think that I'm gonna take another bite. Even though I already know it's gonna be better when it's I can't wait. I can't wait, like Organ Dude said. Mm-hmm. It looks like such a mess. Yum. I'm gonna set that aside. And these. so that I can get in here and see who we should raid. Because it's about time. Set this over here. Actually, let me get this whole cooling rack. Headed to the cupcake store now, Oregon dude. Gotta go, Paco? Really good to see you. Paco said, my wife and son bake every month. I only eat. I'll pass the recipe after you post it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Also, adios a todos. Que tengan buen fin de semana. That means have a good weekend. I was gonna say, oh, if you have the Action Design 7-inch, oh no, sorry, the Survival Guide 7-inch Wildcat, I believe this is the recipe that I included with that in the PDF of that 7-inch. So if you have that one and you have the download code still, or if you ever downloaded the PDF, you know, with the lyrics and that stuff on it, it has this recipe on there. No Control, thank you so much for the tip. Thanks for another tip. That is so nice of you. Also, no worries. It's always great to, you know, to have you there with me on a raid, but I understand when you gotta go. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Ooh, I almost knocked over my extra, my orphan peanut butter filling. Okay. No, thank you, Matsky. Thanks for being here. I want to say pachanga. I want to thank Dr. Brontax and Dillinger Nick and Samothy and oh, Chronicler hasn't been here today, but that's okay. But thank you so much for being here. For always helping out and always being so awesome. Let me make sure before we go anywhere. Make sure that my audio is gonna... Thank you, Dr. Brontax, for pulling up the raid command. Okay, I am muted. I am not a fan of seeing myself in profile. I'm like, can I keep my face like this and then I don't have to see it like that? Computer's way over here. Okay. How about do you want music or do you want an old school game? Thanks, No Control. Same to you. Thanks everybody for being here. I'll do my next regular stream on Friday. And I definitely want to start doing some live learns again soon because music is always good. Okay. Then let's raid. No Control said the great part about this is we don't have to clean up. Sorry, M. You are correct. I have to clean up. Okay, let's see what Courtney is up to. Courtney. Oh yeah. I think we should raid her. Also looks like Joyce Lee is hanging out over there. Courtney. Okay, so I'll see you over there and hopefully see you on Friday at the next stream and have a really fantastic week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on a Sunday afternoon and baking with me. I'm really glad that we started doing this, and I hope you are too. I hope you had a good time hanging out while I made these cupcakes. Thanks so much, everybody, for everything always, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.